So let's talk just a minute about everything kind of matters in every single throw. You can't get it all right on your first throw, but over 1,000 throws, man, you should have ironed out a lot of these bugs. So today's first day. The first thing I want you to do is make a grip. If we can start with a grip, that's pretty good. This is a traditional grip. This is a high grip. This is a belt grip, and so forth, okay? You just start with a grip. If they don't have a uniform on, or if you're a wrestler, it's going to be the back of the tricep, and you got to tie up here in a wrestler's hold or a wrestler's grip. However it is you make the grip, start there. If you can do that, the throw can start to happen. The second thing is Lyndon's going to stand like this, and you're going to notice that he's perfectly balanced over his feet. If he doesn't move his feet and I adjust his shoulders, he loses his balance. Does that make sense? All right? If I adjust a leg and his hips, he'll lose his balance. Does that make sense? So if you think of the head as a level, the shoulders as a level, the hips as a level, and the knees as a level, if you adjust one of those, you're going to make some sort of break balance. But if you adjust two, it should collapse in on itself. Okay? So let's kind of think about this. We make the grip. I want to break balance. Let's say that we're going to do shoulder throw. I'm going to move in. And I'm going to get here, and I'm going to have him pulled so that he's slightly off balance. Reach in, big turn, and then I'm going to lift. Now, once I get him on the ground, he's lost his base. Balance no longer matters because I own his base. Base is what's touching the ground. All right? You guys can see that I didn't take the guy and just move in on him where he's got good balance. Because I do this, he either can lift me up and throw me, or he can even choke me from here. He just puts his hand around my neck, and he starts working his choke. So again, we have to do some things. Preferably when I make this throw, I want to get him bent. So I'm controlling this elbow for sure. Then I rotate it over. Once I get here, the closer my head is to the ground, the more effective the throw is going to be. Does that make sense? So there's some fine points in there. All right, distance matters. I have a very difficult time throwing anybody if there's space. Everybody see the space? Right? Now, if I'm pretty strong, maybe Brent's strong, Brent's the biggest guy in the class right now today, right? I might be able to yank him, take up the space, then throw. But what ultimately happens is when I go to yank him, I usually pull myself off balance. Then I stumble back to him, and then maybe I can make the throw. It's not good. You got to suck up all that space. So, I think of it like I'm a dive in a pool. I'm 100% committed. So I go in to make this throw, and I get my feet to where, if I'm not holding on to him, I fall forward. He's just going to kind of hold like this. And I'm going to show you what it looks like without the hands. Foot to foot, and then I start teetering forward. I'm driving forward. Pretty cool? I make the grip, and break balance, initiate movement, take up the space, lift, and he makes a great fall. And you can do it just that slow on your first couple of times. Then you want to start getting a little smoother, right? Maybe get a little bit on the move, right? Step, turn, lift. You don't have to slam him. Click. All right, make sense? Let's talk about break balance on leg throws. Let's talk about the outer reap, or soto guard. It's one of my favorite throws. It's the one we usually teach kids on the first day, because most kids know you trip the foot, the kid falls down. If his foot is back, I either have to go to this side, or I just have to get this foot to me. I pull. Now, how did I pull? He goes back. If I step like this, and he steps, I've gained really nothing. So I pull this way. Now my foot's in place. I got just enough room for this foot to go between. I break balance. Don't move. Lyndon, wouldn't you like to fight somebody standing like that? That's the magic of making break balance. Now, he still has weight on this foot, but most of it's channeled back. I make the step. I've got posture, he doesn't. This comes up high. I kick through and I lift, throw my head to the ground, and he goes down. Does that make sense? All right. Not the best way. Better. Pretty simple, right? But you got to break the balance. All right, for the sacrifice throw, you become the base. You take away his base. It's a lifting kind of a throw, right? For doing a knee-on throw, I still got to set it up. If I walk up to Lyndon and he sees it coming, he bends his knee slightly and gets a deeper base, and I do this, right? I'm not going to throw him. In fact, he might just grab a hold of my leg, right? And then he starts taking me for a little ride until I go down. Does that make sense? So I got to break his balance on a movement. I set, I drop, pull him, control his fall until I get into a knee-on position here, which gives me an opportunity to make an arm lock, for example. This is one of the easiest throws. Lots of people like this throw. I want to be sitting there. I don't want to pull him straight down on me. Knee, straight down, he just sits right on top of me and, I got nothing, right? It's called getting stuffed. Instead, I move to the angle, right? Cool? Questions on breaking balance? The last piece is the execution of the throw. Everything I've shown you. Once you get this shoulder throw and you get to here, you own him. The execution is really the easiest part. But there's still some things that we want to do. I see a lot of people doing this. They go to make this throw. When I go to throw him, where should I be looking? All right, so when I go to enter, Caleb says, look at your watch. Right, that gets me to make the load. Once I get him here, where should I be looking? There is left, here is center, there is right. Where should I be looking? Left. I want to throw him there. If I think I'm going to throw him here, he can hop around on me. And then I miss the throw. Happens all the time. But when I go to make this load and I turn my head hard and I look there, the throw is amazing. That's part of the execution of the throw. Cool?
Yes, sir.
Thanks, brother.